I have come to a conclusion that is, I think, pretty significant for me. And the conclusion is this. It doesn't matter how many people you help become Marys if you become a Martha in the process. It's inconsequential how many people you help become a Mary if the process causes you yourself to become a Martha. So what does that mean? It means that you can be driven by the most virtuous of motives. You can so passionately want to help people come into a place of rest and peace that you allow that passion to blind you into sacrificing the same rest and peace that you are attempting to guide others into. Yeshua expressed this same idea when he said, "For what will it profit a man if he gains the whole world and loses his own soul?" Or put a slightly different way in a different gospel, "For what profit is it to a man if he gains the whole world and is himself destroyed or lost?" Because it's not always about having the stuff or making the stuff that yields the results. Sometimes it's about becoming the person who can handle the stuff, revealing the person who is already walking in the results. And the stuff could be money, but it might not be money. It could be physical resources, or it might not be physical resources. But we can't be so focused on kingdom resources that it causes us to fail to be kingdom-minded. We shouldn't be trying to fund the kingdom if we're not also trying to find the kingdom. I don't know if you've seen this show. I know some people love it, some people refuse to watch it, and everybody has their reasons. But The Chosen is a series that I really like. It's a television series about the life of Jesus and the lives and interpersonal relationships of his disciples. And I think it has done a fantastic job of portraying certain characters, or figures, I guess they'd be. I think the portrayal of Jesus is great, but the way they have crafted the Judas character, I think, is genius and especially intriguing. So often we think of Judas as being evil, greedy, demon-possessed, snake in the grass, a wolf in sheep's clothing. And maybe he was. And maybe he wasn't at first, and then later he was. I don't know. But Judas, at least in the show, believes in the cause. He wants the gospel to go as far as it can to change the world. Nothing wrong with that. He wants all the ventures of the ministry to be well funded. Nothing wrong with that. He wants all of their efforts to prosper. Nothing wrong with that. But he lacks one crucial thing: trust. Here he is with who he believes is the Messiah, the Son of God. Does he not think that the Son of God has some semblance of financial acuity? Does he not think that the Messiah is able to delegate resources effectively? And I think we all know how the story ends. You can want the right things in the wrong ways, or the right things for the wrong reasons, or the right things at the wrong time, or outside of an appropriate relationship. You can also want a noble outcome, but secretly want to be in control of the process that gets you there. And what does Proverbs say? There's a way that seems right to a man, the end thereof is death. So it may seem right. It may feel right. You may see other people doing it. It may seemingly be yielding results for them, and it may still be wrong. And I 100% believe it is important to do things, to take ventures, to create things, build partnerships, make transactions that cause resources to flow into our hands so that we can do the boots on the ground work of the kingdom. And this could include putting money into homeless outreach, media production, travel, food, shelter, for the needy, for your team, for whoever. Whatever we need to leverage to display the character of Yahweh to individuals and to the earth as a whole. But having the resources doesn't help if we forget who we are in the process. It doesn't help to have money to help people if we have lost the ability to show compassion to the people we are desiring to help. And it doesn't help to try to promote the importance of wholeness if we're losing our wholeness in the process. Now, I have much more to say about this. Next week's episode will probably be very similar to this one. But I'll leave you with a story. I shared this with my email list recently, but if you haven't heard it, I'll tell it again. Monday, September 23rd. I sit here typing this in a public library with no impressive news. I have a newly organized office complete with no computer. I bought a fancy gadget to help me be more connected, more efficient, more productive, and I can't even access many of the apps I use to produce content. I was supposed to be in a virtual meeting this morning, which I couldn't attend because the fancy new gadget is not compatible with the headphones from the last fancy gadget. I hope to have a finished new ebook to offer you. I don't. Recently, I was not having my best day, not my finest hour, not my worst by any means, but not my best. I have to. I need to. I should have. I shouldn't have. If I don't, I proceeded to drive to Target to get a couple of things and get some fresh air. I went in, found what I needed, and headed back out to the car. I cranked the engine, turned on the AC, and heard the voice of Brennan Manning in my head. I am the one Jesus loves. That broke me and fixed me. I proceeded to spend the next hour and a half in the car, in the parking lot, writing and being undone and fascinated by the person of Christ. I recorded 0 content that day. I posted nothing. I networked with no one. I took no calls. I did not grow my net worth. But I did grow in my fascination with Christ. And in light of that, what a successful day. Yeshua asked Peter, "Who do you say that I am?" I think that's something we should be asking our Father. Abba, who do you say that I am? Am I an author? I'm the one Jesus loves. Am I a content creator? I am the one Jesus loves. Am I an entrepreneur, a podcaster, a teacher, a songwriter, a voice in the wilderness? I am the one Jesus loves. And so are you. I'm Ryan Coleman. Thank you for listening, and I'll talk to you soon.